All right, hello everyone. I'll give you a second to get your seats. All right. Okay, good evening and welcome. Once again, I'm Taylor, and I'm excited to be here to recognize Lethbridge Polytechnic's 2025 Honorary Excellent Award recipients. Can we please, oh, yes, thank you. All right, can we please give a round of applause to our incredible culinary arts students and serving staff for that incredible meal. Welcome everyone to the 34th Honorary Excellence Awards. Fun fact, this is our first award ceremony as a Polytechnic. Almost 1 year ago, Lethbridge College underwent a redesignation. Our evolution wasn't just a name change. It marked our commitment to being a hub for applied learning and research. Here, students gain real-world experience that set them apart from the ever-evolving workforce. And now, for over 3 decades, we have been celebrating and honoring more than 55,000 alumni who have gone on to achieve great things, all while getting their start right here on campus. I am a proud alumni and employee of Lethbridge Polytechnic. During my time here as a student, I gained so much knowledge, passion, and confidence to tackle the world ahead. Kind of like being on the stage here tonight. I am a business admin accounting grad, so you can imagine all those comms classes are really starting to pay off where I had to present in front of the class, not behind the Excel spreadsheet. But that's what Lethbridge Polytechnic is all about, preparing our learners for what happens next, because it matters most. Now, I'd like to introduce some special guests we have here this evening, so please hold your applause till the end. From Lethbridge Polytechnic's executive team, President and CEO, Dr. Brad Donaldson. Vice President, Academic and Research, Kenny Korskadin. Vice President, People and Engagement, Corrine Roth. And Vice President, Finance and Administration and CFO, Tracy Holt. From Lethbridge Polytechnic's Board of Governors, Sheila French. And from our Polytechnic's Alumni Advisory Council, a wonderful group that helped make tonight possible, Gail Weeks, Chelsea DeGroot, Tyler Holt, Josh Leith, Emma Nodell, and Toyson Lida. I'd also like to recognize Kathy Verasasa and Megan Williams, who are unable to be with us tonight. A little more about the awards. More than 65 years ago, Lethbridge Polytechnic opened its doors as Canada's first publicly funded college. And wow, has it ever made a splash on the global stage? Over 55,000 Lethbridge Polytechnic and yes, college, community college, and junior college alumni, a number that continues to grow, distinguish themselves every day. These trailblazers aren't just advancing their careers, they're also enriching their communities, embodying the vibrant spirit of Lethbridge, and leaving a lasting impact. Tonight, we're putting the spotlight on 3 outstanding alumni: our community leader, career virtuoso, and distinguished alum. And just a reminder to everyone that anyone can nominate a Lethbridge Polytechnic alumni for these awards. Once nominated, our Alumni Advisory Council, a team comprised of dedicated people who once walked these halls, decide who gets the honor of receiving these prestigious awards. While our Advisory Council does not play favorites, they are consistently impressed by the number and the quality of nominations they receive each year, which just goes to show how talented and community-minded Lethbridge Polytechnic alumni are. This evening would not be possible without the help of our title sponsor, TD Insurance. Lethbridge Polytechnic has enjoyed a partnership with TD since 2001. During this time, they have provided amazing insurance to our alumni community. With us tonight are members of TD Insurance. Would you please stand and be recognized? And how cute are these gifts from the TD team? If you haven't eaten your candy yet, what are you doing? Please take them home and enjoy them. Thank you again for your ongoing support. I'd now like to invite President and CEO, Dr. Brad Donaldson, to join me up here on the podium.
My name is Teresa Yock. I graduated from the Lethbridge Polytechnic Interior Design and Merchandising program in 2002.
I'm Chad Nilsson. I graduated in 1999 with a Criminal Justice Diploma from Lethbridge Polytechnic.
My name is Jordan Schellenberg. I graduated in 2009 from Criminal Justice Studies at Lethbridge Polytechnic.
To being honored as the Distinguished Alumni from Lethbridge Polytechnic was just an incredible feeling. I worked very hard for many years. To have this recognition, it's incredible and lovely and very humbling.
I am honored to be recognized by Lethbridge Polytechnic with the 2025 Career Virtuoso Award. For my work to be acknowledged in this way is very meaningful, and to be frank, pretty cool.
Being recognized as a community leader was really an honor, and to receive this award, knowing that that's where I got my start to where we are now, is really an amazing thing.
Okay, and good evening, everyone, and thank you, Taylor, for that warm introduction, and thank you all for being here this evening for a worthy celebration of three amazing people in our community. Honoring excellence is a cherished tradition at our institution, one that celebrates the remarkable achievements of our alumni. This prestigious award is given to those who have demonstrated outstanding leadership, dedication, and service to both their profession and their community. Tonight, we have the privilege of recognizing three extraordinary individuals whose accomplishments continue to inspire and uplift those around them. Each year, our graduates leave these halls ready to make an impact, and tonight's honorees are no exception. They have carved out impressive careers, set new standards in their fields, and given back in meaningful ways. To truly appreciate their journey, let's take a step back to the years they graduated and explore some of their defining moments of those times. So, think back to 1999, if you can. Or if you were here. When Chad Nilsson graduated, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was dominating television, Bluetooth technology was introduced, gamers everywhere were playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and the world was caught up in the Y2K panic. Remember that midnight when the world was supposed to end, and it didn't? In 2002, when Teresa Yock completed her studies, Blu-ray discs made their debut. The first season of The Bachelor aired. Eminem ruled the music charts. And homes across the country welcomed the Roomba robot vacuum for the first time. And in 2009, when Jordan Schellenberg graduated, Avatar became the highest grossing movie ever. Usain Bolt cemented his legacy as the fastest man alive. The viral sensation Charlie Bit My Finger took over YouTube. And you know who was around in 2009 based on the last, right? And Taylor Swift was named the Country Music Association Entertainer of the Year. And unfortunately, she made nothing of her career, apparently. Each of these milestones serves as a reminder of how much the world has changed. But one thing that has remained constant is the ability of our graduates to make an impact. Chad, Teresa, and George, you exemplify the values of Lethbridge Polytechnic. You have each blazed your own trail, setting an example for future generations to follow. We are incredibly proud to call you alumni, and we look forward to watching your continued success for years to come. To all our alumni in attendance tonight, we encourage you to stay connected with us. Subscribe to our Wider Horizons Alumni magazine, available across campus and in select local businesses. You can also visit I still stumble over getting from college to Polytechnic, so for any of you that still say college from time to time, it's going to take a while. Anyway, so where you can go, lethpolytech.ca/alumni to be added to the mailing list. Explore our alumni website for upcoming events and networking opportunities. Sign up for the Alumni Perks program to take advantage of exclusive benefits. And if you don't do that, Stephanie will hound you until you do. So thank you all for being here this evening to celebrate excellence, community, and the spirit of Lethbridge Polytechnic. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, Brad. I feel like I got a little bit of a history lesson there. I've heard of Eminem and Taylor Swift, but what's Y2K? Sure. Someone can tell me after, right? Our next speaker is a 3-time Lethbridge Polytechnic graduate. Child and Youth Care, 2010. General Studies, 2012. And a Bachelor of Applied Arts Justice Studies, 2015. She serves on our Alumni Advisory Council and is our 2018 Community Leader Award recipient and is the manager of the Drug Treatment Court at McMahon Youth Family and Community Service Association. Please welcome Chelsea DeGroot.
Well, thank you, everyone. Okay, and thank you for being here tonight. As she said, my name is Chelsea DeGroot. My Blackfoot name is Namita Piach Goinamaki, which means All People Pipe Woman. I am a proud alumni and former recipient of the Community Leader Award and incredibly grateful for the foundation of post-secondary education I received from the Lethbridge Polytechnic. I feel like I could have earned my PhD for how many years I spent here. As Taylor mentioned, I graduated 3 times from the college, now Polytechnic, with a diploma in General Studies in Child and Youth Care, and then I went on to my Bachelor of Applied Arts and Justice Studies. I couldn't get enough of an education, so I continued my master's degree at another institution, Royal Roads University. I think that speaks to the foundation set by the college for lifelong learning. I am honored to bring the welcome message to everyone this evening on behalf of the Alumni Advisory Council. We are the folks who have had the difficult task of deciding who the Honoring Excellence Award recipients are every year. Our Advisory Council is a group of alumni who work with the Lethbridge Polytechnic's amazing Alumni Engagement Office to connect and celebrate this year's alumni. A special shout out to Stephanie, Lene, and Taylor from the Alumni Engagement Office. They're a small but mighty crew who make us look far better than we are and who are responsible for events like this one tonight, Coulee Fest, and many others. I'd also like to acknowledge my fellow Advisory Council members. Most of them are here tonight. Kathy Verisassa, Gail Weeks, Tyler Holt, Emma Nodal, Josh Leith, Megan Williams, and Tosin Laidi. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Tonight we get to celebrate some of the greatest minds this place has produced. They are innovative, engaging, passionate, and truly make a difference in the world and in our communities. It's an incredible experience to learn about the amazing work that the alumni are doing. From Chad's work in developing evidence-based models in the area of violence, criminality, homelessness, gangs, and poverty, to Jordan's work building preventative and supportive programs for the youth in our community, as well as Teresa's work in architecture, one of 3 pioneering partners in the firm's 96-year history, but most importantly, the first female and interior designer to hold this role. On behalf of the Alumni Advisory Council, I want to congratulate Chad, Jordan, and Teresa. We are so grateful for the work you do and proud to call you Lethbridge Polytechnic alumni. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right, thank you, Chelsea. Before we get going with our awards, I want to extend a special thank you to Curtis and Christine Huseman at Censored. Not only have we been lucky enough to have collaborated with them once again for some fantastic videos that you're all about to see, profiling each of our award winners, but they have blown us away with their incredible sponsorship contribution towards tonight's event. So thank you, Curtis and Christine. Now, let's get to the awards. This year's award recipients stand out as uniquely talented and accomplished individuals. I'll now have Dr. Brad Donaldson, President and CEO, join me again on stage for the presentations. All right, the Community Leader Award. Jordan Schellenberg graduated from Criminal Justice Policing Program in 2009. He found his passion for empowering youth at a young age, inspired by his parents' roles in community service and mentorship. Now, this is not my script, but after attending the Youth One Gala on the weekend, I believe there was a field, a couch, and a fire that ignited this passion. So you might have to ask Jordan about that later. After moving to Lethbridge in 1994, Jordan further grew into his passion by entering leadership roles at summer camps and youth clubs, as well as through mentoring young kids. Following graduation, he saw gaps in teen support outside of school and dreamed of a place where youth aged 11 to 18 could access mentorship and important support resources without financial barriers. In 2014, Jordan founded Youth One, a youth and family support center that serves nearly 500 youth each week with a variety of supports ranging from mentorship, guidance, and low-stress activities. Completely community funded, Youth One raises more than $650,000 annually and has become a vital resource for youth and parents in our community. Jordan has since expanded his impact, helping numerous nonprofits across Alberta offering similar programming aimed at giving kids the help they need and deserve. Outside of his contributions to youth work, Jordan is an avid ultra runner. Sometimes attempting to run up to 160 kilometers, Jordan sees running as a challenge that pushes his limits. He and his wife, Cody, a registered nurse, have 3 children and reside here in Lethbridge. Whether at home, in the community, or out in the mountains, Jordan lives by a simple yet powerful belief. Every person has immeasurable worth and potential, and with the right supports, anyone can thrive.
To you, my younger self 20 years ago. To the kid who always worried and thought he had to figure everything out before he was ready. You're probably feeling like you're falling behind, like everyone around you is moving faster, figuring out their careers, their futures, their plans, and you're still wondering where you belong. Here's the truth. Nobody really has it all figured out, and the ones who seem like they do, they're just on a different part of their journey, moving at their own pace. You're gonna see a massive need for youth and families in our community, something that you can't ignore. You're gonna take a risk, and it's gonna feel impossible at first. No guarantees, no safety net, just an idea and a belief that every youth deserves a safe, empowering, and supportive community to belong to. It won't happen all at once. It'll start small, and before you know it, what you and your team have built will become much bigger than anything you've ever imagined. 3 things I tell you now, I wish you understood earlier. 1, stay true to your values and let them be your guide. 2, true success lies in helping others rise up. And 3, running still sucks. You won't run because you love it. You'll run because it pushes you past what you thought was even possible. Finally, remember this. Each of us has unique gifts to offer. For you, it may be a vision for a brighter future. It could be the gift of finances, or maybe the gift of time. It could simply be the ability to be present. Whatever it is that you can give, be the one who does. Thank you very much.
Please help me in welcoming Jordan Schellenberg, our 2025 recipient of the Community Leader Award. I'll get you guys to sound with a blue exit. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, everyone. as Curtis was shooting his photos, it made I was reminded of the 10 hours of filming we did. And then I found out, and I don't know about you, Teresa, how many hours they did, but I heard they did 16 hours with Chad, so that sounds like an ultra marathon in itself right there. Well, it really is an honor to receive this award. Before I say anything else, though, I just want to congratulate both Teresa and Chad for your recognition as well. When I saw the other two names that won these awards and read their bios and accolades, I thought maybe this was a mistake. And I couldn't believe I was actually being named alongside these amazing individuals. I was pumped. And so a big congrats to both of you for all the work you do and the awards that you'll receive and the recognition you get. I also want to say a big thanks to President and CEO Brad Donaldson, the team here at Lethbridge Polytechnic, and all the sponsors for putting on this event and recognizing alumni excellence. When I attended here at Lethbridge Polytechnic, it was my full intention to serve our community in policing. But as life has its twists and turns, I quickly realized that my place here in the community was to serve in a different way, and that was through the startup of Youth One, a youth and family center focusing on prevention and mentorship-based programs, meals, and support services. Now, almost a decade later, from its beginnings, Youth One serves almost 700 clients per year, helping break down barriers and provide opportunity to teens and families in our city who need it most. Although my career took a different path than intended, my time at Lethbridge Polytechnic was invaluable to the work I do now and prepared me for the complexities it came with. In my opinion, the Community Leader Award is an interesting one, as I feel everyone has the capability of being this in their own capacity. It doesn't take a large startup or thousands of young people's lives to be changed. All it takes is for someone to notice a need in another human being and to take it upon themselves to help and offer a hand. My service to the community and the successful outcomes it has had is far from independent, and there's no way I'm receiving this award without the dedication and support of so many. So this is truly a shared award with those people, some of whom are here tonight, that I'd love to mention. First and most importantly, thanks to my wife, Jody, for believing in my ambitions and supporting me through it all. The entrepreneurs here can understand, a lot of times people don't actually understand the crazy ideas we have, but she supported me through it all. To my parents, my dad is here, and my family for instilling the important life values that led to this. And to some other really important community leaders and friends that are here tonight as well. To name a few, Dale and Bernice Newman, and Dave and Tammy Jackson, who have really rallied behind our crazy ideas and took it personally upon themselves to drive these initiatives forward for the last 10 years. A special thanks to a leader and mentor of mine, CEO of Bridges of Hope, Daniel Sapula, who took us and Youth One under their wing almost a decade ago. And a heartfelt thanks to the countless number of community members who lifted up Youth One since day one. And finally, thanks to my amazing team and colleagues whom I've had the privilege of leading and serving and supporting every day as they serve and support youth and families in our community. Finally, I really believe the health of our community starts with the transformation and growth of our young people. When youth rise, we all rise. And I hope that my contributions will continue to have a lasting impact on generations to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you again, Jordan, and congratulations. And we can give one more round of applause to Jordan. Doing incredible stuff in our community. All right, moving on to the Career Virtuoso Award. Dr. Chad Nilsson also graduated from Criminal Justice Policing Diploma in 1999. Raised in central Saskatchewan, Chad is a real changemaker. Since 2007, he has worked with various human service organizations, Indigenous communities, and government agencies to drive social innovation and improve personal and community outcomes by aligning science with practice. Chad is the founder and lead strategist at the Living Skies Center for Social Inquiry, where he uses his experience in translating academic concepts for frontline professionals who are out there trying to make a difference in people's lives. With a bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degree from institutions in Montana, Virginia, and Louisiana, Chad's research has shaped his data-driven approach with field experience in Venezuela, the United States, Austria, and the Netherlands. His findings empower practitioners and influence government policies with evidence-based models that achieve measurable outcomes in prevention and intervention of issues such as violence, criminality, homelessness, poverty, and more. He has since taken these findings and presented them over 200 times, securing $60 million in social innovation funding for service organization projects across Canada. His work with more than 80 communities nationwide has been recognized in trade publications, government reports, and even the Senate of Canada. Chad attributes much of his skill to the practitioner-focused education and training he received here while at Lethbridge Polytechnic.
The problems don't stop, so neither can I. I've broken down my days into 3 versions. Let's start with version 1. We're in the office. There's a fundamental flaw in how we deal with crisis. We wait until it happens and then scramble for solutions. But what if we could get ahead of it? Chad here. Human services are government-funded solutions to community problems. It can take years to form these solutions. All the while, the problem is still changing. Data doesn't lie. Science shows us the patterns. What leads to homelessness, crime, and addiction? The numbers tell a story, and my job is to help communities read it before it's too late. Version 2. We're on the move. Speeding down prairie roads, flights across the country, boardroom meetings, keynote addresses, training sessions, you name it. 140 communities and counting. I don't just write reports, I help people turn them into action. Version 3. Work hard, play hard. Sledding, mountain biking, quadding, motocross, ice fishing, kayaking, longboarding, and a lot of rock and roll. So my mom says I have a bit of a problem. I don't know what she's talking about. At the end of the day, it's simple. Prevention beats crisis. You don't fix problems by reacting to them, you fix them before they happen. It's all about momentum. Stop moving and you fall behind. And that's what keeps me going.
And with that, I am pleased to introduce you to Dr. Chad Nielsen, our 2025 recipient of the Career Virtuoso Award.
The awkward silence before the speech, eh? Thank you very much, sir. It's great. So I got a call from the team here at Polytechnic, and they said they're going to send a video crew to Prince Albert. My first reaction was there's not a lot to film in Prince Albert. Sure as heck ain't going to be about a guy that writes papers for a living. But what a crew. So I tell you, this dynamic duo here, all their work is awesome. I really didn't think they could pull it together for a guy that writes research papers and snowmobiles. That was pretty cool. So, first off, wow, to be here. The first day I walked on campus, I tell you, I just about crapped my pants. I was scared to death. I was 17 years old and, just out of high school. Most of the other people in the program, they were early 20s, and some of them had jobs or kids. Some of them knew where Lethbridge was, because I sure didn't. But when I got here, I got one heck of a warm welcome. And that's not from the instructors, the administration, the kitchen staff, the janitors, and some of those staff are still here. And I went and said hi, and I tell you, it felt pretty good. It was awesome. So I do want to thank the administration, the Alumni Relations Department. I've been luckily affiliated with about 10 institutions across North America, and nobody really does it like you guys do in the alumni office. Right? Give them a hand, right? And I think that the connectivity and the spirit of this institution keeps getting better and better with every Wider Horizons that ends up in the mailbox. So it makes me proud to look at the graduates that come out of here. And a lot of times I read that, and then I reflect on getting this award. I think, ooh, there's a lot of 50,000. That's a lot of rock stars out there. So tonight, for sure, a night of celebration, and I want to thank you for that. My table number 3, we ate the most beef. Thank you very much. And we're wondering if the kitchen staff can bring the dessert table closer. I do want to thank the folks at my table. My soulmate Julie came here to be with me. My cousin Tanis. And then 3 real smart people that I'm very honored to have worked with and learned from. Barb, Ian, Sheila. It's been a blast. It's been fun, and to sit here with you tonight after 25 years, pretty awesome. It does feel good. It very much does. So tonight's a night of celebration. It's also one of reflection for me. When I came here, one of the first tasks we had to do when we sat in the classroom was talk, we had to tell our classmates why we're here, and everybody going around the horn had a real specific goal of why they're here. They wanted to be a police officer in Edmonton, or a probation officer in Calgary, or border patrol down at Coots, or parole in Saskatoon. Like, everybody was really specific of what they wanted to do. And then it came to my turn, and the only sound that came out at the beginning was this. And then people were staring. I could feel all the eyeballs on me, kind of like a Homer Simpson episode, right? So finally, I kind of muttered out, I want to fight terrorism. And then I felt the eyeballs on me, like, what is this guy doing here? Like, really? So anyway, I didn't know that either, by the way, at the time. It's just really what I wanted to do, but I had no way of getting that to that point. But 25 years later, I'm happy to be here with you. And I had lots of uncertainties and doubts and didn't know the path. And many times I was fine with where I was in my journey. But very happy in the last 2 or 3 years to be able to work with Public Safety Canada and some really amazing organizations in Canada to build tools to detect vulnerability to extremism, radicalization, and terrorism. And that's a proud watershed moment in my career. Coming here to be able to reflect on that was a chance I never thought I'd get to have. So some other quick memories for you. Back in the day, on Mondays, we had to dress up suit and tie, just like this, minus 100 pounds extra. Life does that for you. But we had to wear ties, and of course, I had no idea how to tie one. But I was very lucky to an instructor by the name of Gord Sherman. he was a tough old cop, you know, warm as an icicle many days. But, you know, I knew that he could tie a tie, and I really said, you know, Gord, I need your help. All right, get over here. So he tied my ties for me. I got a Don Cherry one for Christmas. He tied that. I got one at Valley Village down on Mayor McGrath. He tied that. Then I graduated and I moved on. And then a couple years later, I realized, shoot, the ties that Gord Sherman tied me, I lost in Hurricane Katrina in Louisiana. Now I find myself in Washington, D.C., and I have a meeting with White House officials on drug policy, and I'm going to the Pentagon to meet the top brass, and I don't know how to tie a tie. So I go on the internet. Google wasn't really a prominent thing, something called Dogpile. I go on there, how do you tie a tie? And then this video comes on. I didn't think I'd find a video on the internet, but it was a video of a website that only had like 400 videos loaded. One of them was how to tie a tie. Well, eventually nowadays we know that's YouTube. So that's how long I've been at this. And to me, the important thing I hope you grasp in that story was that, you know, you go to universities, and I've been there, others have been there, and, you know, you're lucky to receive an education. But you're not going to have a professor help you figure out a math problem or how to finish a paper or how to solve an equation, let alone tie a tie. That is something that meant a lot to me. And I know that there are many instructors across this campus over the decades that are in that place for the students that they mentored and served. So last night I walked the halls, and I went by a classroom, and I looked in the window. I said, geez, you know, that's where I learned to write. And it wasn't fun, by the way. It was grueling. But I learned to write. And I went by another classroom where I learned to speak and lecture and provide confidence to an audience. I went by a third classroom and said, hey, geez, that's where we learned how to organize a lot of notes into something articulate. But two classrooms that were quite important to me was the one in the Andrews Building, second floor, where in 1997 in the fall, I handed in my first research paper ever. And it was to that young lady in the blue blazer, Barb Mantello. And I was very nervous because, well, it was the first research paper, but more so it was on a topic that was not salient, certainly not sexy and not common in the criminal justice literature. And I talked about the idea of perhaps thinking differently about the overrepresentation of Indigenous peoples in our correctional and policing systems. And that was coming in at a time in the 90s where our system response was focused on the fact that the crime was happened. People shall be charged and shall be held accountable. And the conversation in policing and corrections and justice was not wholeheartedly focused on why those crimes occurred, why the overrepresentation is an issue. And so I boldly handed in that paper, not sure in what the heck was going to happen. And Barb read it and gave me a great review and applauded me, you know, personally to say, hey, this took some courage, this defied the status quo, and that was the spirit in Barb's classes, to think differently, think outside the box. Now, for some strange reason, I got a damn D- on the paper, so I don't know what the heck happened. We'll have to talk about that over some beer later, hey, Barb? The other, yeah. The other classroom I walked in or passed last night was one that I had quite a few classes with Ian Heffer. And Ian stood out differently from a lot of criminal justicians. And I believe this was not just for me, but for other criminal justicians, students at the campus, was that Ian taught that there is a role for diplomacy and humanity and kindness, and that can go a long way, even in a sector where compliance and force are major themes of work. And so, Ian, I've carried that with me for many years, and I know many other students have. That is very important, and that was always unwavering in the way you treated the students, the way you modeled how you handle community problems, and how you should treat even the people that are at their lowest time in life and they've committed horrible offenses, they still are human. That is important. So, to to wrap up here, you know, I would say that, you know, being able to excel in my 25 years, you know, has really, it's happened because of the opportunity that I had here. Coming in as a 17-year-old student, unsure of things, not sure what my role is going to be, not sure what the hell I'm going to do when I get out of here, but just knowing that there is a role for me somewhere. And that role grew stronger as I gained knowledge and gained experience and learned about data and policy and innovation and social design. And I would say that the edge that I have over my fellow academics, the edge I have over other practitioners and scholars and designers and developers is that direct linkage between research and practice. And that is something I was able to learn of here. Because the people that gave me my first experience, the people that put their arms around me and said, hey, you got this, you're gonna do great, were people that, to me, showed the value of practice, the value of experience, and the relationship between the inquiry of social design and the work that we do. And in my closing remark to administration, to the instructors, to students in now and in the future is this: be part of solutions. Right there, that's my line. Be part of solutions. There are way too many post-secondary institutions across North America that study a practice. It could be nursing, it could be criminal justice, it could be housing, it could be, you name your field. And they watch and they observe and they learn what's done, and then it gets put into a textbook. And it takes about 3 years to write that textbook. By the time that textbook gets into a bookstore, that's another couple years. And so our students out there are learning things that are 10 years old. And those solutions aren't fitting the problems we have today. So when you look at the rise of fentanyl, you look at the rise of homelessness, you look at the rise of many community problems that are out there now, be a part of that solution today. That is what matters. That is the opportunity. And I believe that this institution has always had that ingredient. It has given me that opportunity to think that way. And I want to applaud you for always having that strong nexus between research and practice. Thank you for this night, everybody.
Congratulations again, Chad. Let's give one more round of applause to Chad. All right, our Distinguished Alumni Award. Teresa Yock graduated from Interior Design and Merchandising Diploma program in 2002. She has always had a deep connection for her surrounding, is a natural empath and strong communicator. By using her deep awareness of space, Teresa has assessed how people feel, and she can see how they interact in these spaces. These strengths led to a career in furniture design for hospitality and senior living spaces before she joined FWBA Architects in 2005 as the first interior designer on staff. Teresa is now the interior lead designer and one of 3 pioneering partners in the firm's 96-year history, the first female and first interior designer to hold this role. She has built a diverse and inspiring portfolio over the last 20 years, bringing vibrant energy to schools, senior living communities, and civic projects across southern Alberta. She serves on the Lethbridge Construction Association Board of Directors, as well as the Lethbridge Polytechnic's Architectural Animation Technology Advisory Committee and Interior Design Technology Advisory Committee. Teresa is a strong leader in and promoter of workplace culture, business development, and mentorship. She thrives in collaborative environments, always prioritizing the human experience in her design. Outside of work, Teresa's background in dance and yoga has strengthened her skills, allowing her to create environments that foster both movement and stillness. She prides herself on nurturing future designers and advancing FWBA through innovative and holistic execution.
Close your eyes and take a breath. Notice the space around you. How does it make you feel? Relaxed, inspired. The spaces we exist in shape us more than we realize. In yoga, we move with intention. Every breath, every transition is purposeful. And in design, it's the same. Space is more than walls and floors. It's an experience, an extension of us. It's about alignment, balancing scale, proportion, light, materials and textures, sounds and movement. It's about creating harmonious spaces that breathe as they guide people who move through them. It's about leading, listening, understanding, and elevating others. It's about creating an environment where people feel supported, safe, and connected. The space around us influences the space within us. Allow yourself to experience the space. Allow yourself to be in that space.
I am pleased to introduce to you Teresa Yock, our 2025 Distinguished Alumni Award recipient. Thank you. That was a beautiful video.
I have not ran 100 million kilometers. I have not gone to the Pentagon. But I grew up on the north side. Chad and Jordan, congratulations. I am deeply honored and incredibly humbled to be standing here tonight as this year's recipient of the Lethbridge Polytechnic Distinguished Alumni Award. To be recognized by an institution that played such a pivotal role in shaping my career and my future is both gratifying and profoundly meaningful. First and foremost, I want to extend a heartfelt gratitude to the special people who nominated me, and to the Lethbridge Polytechnic administration and the Alumni Board for recognizing me in this incredible award. To be counted among such an inspiring group of past recipients is truly an honor. This achievement reflects the unwavering support and encouragement I have received from so many remarkable individuals throughout my journey. To my mentors, thank you for sharing your wisdom, pushing me to try, and believing in me. To my coworkers and colleagues, your collaboration, your creativity, and passion have been instrumental in my growth and success. I love learning and working alongside you all. To my close friends and family, your unwavering encouragement, love, and support have been the foundation that has allowed me to pursue my dreams with confidence. I am who I am because of those I choose to spend my time with. Reflecting on my journey, I am reminded of how transformative my education at Lethbridge Polytechnic was. It was 25 years ago that I walked through its doors, Julia was 2 years old. Dominic was a dream waiting to happen. I was eager to learn and filled with ambition. The knowledge, technical skills, and hands-on training I received there gave me the foundation I needed to step confidently into the world of interior design. More importantly, it instilled in me a lifelong love of learning, problem solving, and creative exploration, qualities that have guided me every step of the way. Beyond the technical skills and knowledge lies that of emotional intelligence. In both our careers and lives, success isn't just what we know or what we can do. It's about how we connect with others. It's how we lead with compassion. It's how we uplift those around us. Empathy is an invaluable strength, one that helps us listen, understand, and support others. It builds trust. It fosters collaboration. It creates spaces for vulnerability and reflection. My advice, if I could leave for you, is this. Don't underestimate the impact of passion, perseverance, and connection. Be selective with the people you surround yourself with, your inner circle. And my inner circle is here today. Thank you. You are my inspiration. You challenge me, and you help me evolve. You motivate me. We embrace opportunities together, and we keep pushing ourselves to grow. Success is a journey, and it becomes far more meaningful when you bring others along with you. I would like to thank my husband, Chris, who has been unbelievably supportive through many, many years. My daughter, Julia, who's the most creative thing that I created. And my son, Dominic, who is just, you are the love of my life, my son, who is now at Lethbridge Polytechnic doing his electrical apprenticeship. So I'm very proud of you. My parents who are here tonight, Mom and Manfred, thank you. My inner circle, my coworkers, my friends, thank you very much.
Congratulations again, Teresa. I would like to give another round of applause to all three of our amazing award winners here tonight. Truly incredible and so well deserved. I would like to take this moment just for a friendly reminder before we conclude tonight. The Alumni Advisory Council accepts nomination for these awards every year. So if you know some extraordinary grads, please consider nominating them in November when applications open. Sorry, Teresa, you kind of got me choked up there. That was beautiful. I'd also like to take this opportunity once again to say a big thank you to our title sponsor, TD Insurance, to Curtis and Christine from Sensor for their sponsorship, as well as those incredible videos. I want to give you guys another shout out because amazing. Incredible. FWBA Architects for their generous support, the wonderful culinary serving staff for always going above and beyond, and our Lethbridge Polytechnic chefs and third-year diploma students for that delicious meal. Again, thank you for joining us tonight in celebrating these award recipients. And just a few notes before we wrap up. All the videos shown tonight will be shared on our social medias in the coming weeks, so feel free to share them out and save them from there, because you can keep watching them and watching them. They're beautiful. And to all our 2025 award recipients, could you please join us up here when we're done for a group photo? And make sure to stop by the photo booth before you leave for some great photo opportunities to remember this night. And don't forget to grab your jacket on the way out. So I just want to say, on behalf of me and the entire institution of Lethbridge Polytechnic, thank you so much for being here, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you again. Thank you. Good night.